Let's see. How do you improve chemistry as a duo, staying on the same page? Yeah, I mean, it's playing a lot. Like, yeah, dude, I would say that like you have to play a lot. Like, play a lot together, and then there's books out there you can read of like how you can be a better leader. There's books out there like how can you be a better friend, a better like there's videos you can watch. There's like I don't know how to explain it really. Like play a lot and read your teammate. Like is your teammate really loud? Is he get like okay, let me put an example. Tragics, right? If you guys know my past as like my duos, Tragics who I played with all of last year for chapter 4 basically. Like if I yelled at Tragics, if, you know, not saying I would be like flipping out on him, but if I was like, yo, do not do that again. That was the like, why did you do that? Right? Like we've all had those, you know, I'm basically blaming my teammate because I'm the leader and I'm meant to call him out on his mistakes, right? That's how we're going to improve. I have to say these things, but I'd have to say them in a way that's like, not like, I'm not going to yell at Tragics. And then on top of that, if I did, cause like, obviously we all have those moments where we're just very competitive. We're in the heat of the moment. I would say, Tragics, that is stupid. Why would you do that? Don't ever do that again. If I was in a tournament, I could pick up on Tragics being quiet and know that's like, okay, that's my bad. And then I would bring the vibes back up. Like that's type of stuff. Like that's you need to read your teammates. Same with like, we'll go back to 2019 with me and Elevate. I'm sure you guys know the World Cup times of me and Elevate playing together. Back then I was a fragger and Elevate, like he knew that when I was not talking, like he would be like, yo, Ceice, there's a big pot on me. If I wasn't talking, I was fighting like 100% of the time. So he knew like those things. Pick up on your teammate, like you know, kind of study your teammate and how they respond, or straight up ask them. Like you could, it's not hard to see how they are. Like when I was playing with Day, he literally would not talk when he was fighting. Like yo, Day, no, Day, come here. Like he just would like deafen. It felt like it was a wild time, but yeah, you just have to read your teammate. Best way to help calm better and not clutter comms. I would say if you're like spamming, you're spam comp type of guy, where you're like on me, going left, going right, come here. Just, or you're a type of guy that doesn't calm at all, where you're just, you know, the teammate always tells you that like you're not talking enough, then you need to play like a realistic map or like a Zone Wars creative map and just calm by yourself. Like you're playing solos, 32-man solos, and you're just being like, dead on me, okay, full boxed, I'm fighting this guy, I'm on this guy, 1 HP, like you're just by yourself, but you're practicing your comms. Like that's a great way to do it. And the clutter comms is just like be concise, you know, guy landing red court, one guy blue court, one guy red court. You're not like, I think he's landing the red court, but he could also be going to the left, and maybe he's on the source one, and he's on the red court chest, and he's on the blue court chest now, and you know he might be like, no, just keep the comms clear, and that just comes by like learning the spot, right? Teammate used to be an IGL. Sometimes when I make the call out, he second guesses it, or yeah, I mean, I would say you need to tell your teammate straight up, like, hey, look, like Ode, this is something that I actually did myself when I was becoming an IGL. I literally told my teammate, like I went through the phases of like, okay, all right, look, you IGL, like, all right, we'll bounce calls off each other. Like, you know, I'll give you, you know, do you think we should go left or right? And then you kind of let me know, and we'll kind of, you know, like, I've done that. I and it depends on who I play with. Like with Tragics, I would do that, but he would understand. Like he respected my final call. Like that was, he was that play style where he could give that input. And I think if we all know who Tragics is and watch Tragics, he's a very talking person. He's gonna, you know, he's gonna speak up if he thinks it's bad. But I've also been in the shoes where like I'm not confident as an IGL, and I'm not saying that you are unconfident, but like, yeah, like let's say you're unconfident or you're not sure that you're the best IGL, or maybe you're not fit for IGLing. Go try to find a teammate and go into it and be like be straight up to his face, like, yo, I'm gonna lead you, and everything I say is gonna be like do not overcome me. Like I will make the final, and like it does not matter if you like, okay, you're saying you're confident, but like let's say for anybody in here that's like, I want to be an IGL, but I'm not sure if I can do it. Like, dude, just go find a duo and tell them like, no, like you never ever, like I will have the final call. I will like that. Put yourself in that. Like, do not let him give you an opinion. Like, no, like just try it out, and I promise you, you'll learn a lot about yourself. You're as an IGL. You'll learn a lot about like decision making and being confident in your own calls. I think that's a good idea. I mean, it kind of trolls your teammate a little bit, but you could also find that you're a great IGL. We're switching your role to an IGL if you can't find it. I mean, yeah, dude. I think us all learning how to be an IGL is ultimately all of our ways to success. Like the fragger role is pretty pretty congested. Like, I don't know if that's the right word, but like there's a lot of fraggers out there. And yeah, like you can be a better IGL. And like the role of being a fragger IGL is becoming extremely valuable. Like if let's say A Spot is the world's best, like he's the best fighter out of all of us in this Discord. Let's just imagine, right? Okay. I don't, maybe he is. If A Spot becomes an IGL, he just got 50 times better. Like Kanata is a great example. Kanata is crazy as a fragger. He became an IGL. Look at him. Like he's insane. He's awesome. Cooper is an example of a fragger. I used to play with Cooper. Like I played with him for a while and he was my fragger. And he wanted to learn how to be an IGL. And of course, I think that situation is a little different with Mero because Mero is also kind of an IGL. But like, I think Cooper still made the final calls, but still, right? Cooper learned to be comfortable making those final calls and it turned out to be very good for him. He got a great teammate like Mero. So, and for those of you guys that are in here that are just IGLs or, you know, you don't want to be a fragger, like get your mechanics up because you need to be that mixture. But if you can make good calls but can't fight, yeah, that's what I just said. Like you need to be a better fighter. Like that's me. I have a very I mean maybe I'm fucking gassing myself up here, but I credit myself to be very smart, confident. I'm a great leader, and I think that my biggest fault is my fighting is not to the level of Peterbot, and I need to be Peterbot. That's quite literally it. I need to have Peterbot mechanics.